QuiteWrite, and today I'm just going to be talking about what I felt about movies I've seen this month. Just put this out there now before you watch the rest of this. 1, my lighting's horrible. 2, my room is not done. I think it looks worse than when I moved in. And 3, spoiler alert, so if you have not seen Percy Jackson Sea of Monsters, or you have not seen more Instruments Sea of Bones, stop watching now. Another disclaimer, for Percy Jackson Sea of Monsters, I haven't read that book since like 8th, 9th grade, so that was 3 or 4 years ago. And I have not read Sea of Bones since like, sometime last year. So my memory is a bit foggy on all the details. Well, just as we go into this. So actually, I just saw more Instruments Sea of Bones, and I liked it. I was a bit surprised. Funny story, I read about the first chapter and I put the book down. I had no clue what it was about, but I don't like giving up on books, and I think someone said I don't know what they said, but it made me let's read past chapter 2. So I kept reading, skeptical. I mean, it got better, and then the end of the book came. Because after a point where apparently Jason's her brother, my mind kind of blinked onto this fogginess, and I read the end of the book, but I was kind of like, what the whole time? What just happened? And let's skip to Percy Jackson Sea of Monsters. I mean, the series was fun, upbeat, it was cute, it was a nice, quick series read. So, yeah, it was a nice read. Pleasant, upbeat storyline. All that mythology. It was like trying to vaguely remember what I know about mythology from 8th grade and having to read that Edith Hamilton book about mythology. And here's pictures that jog your memory. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, or you do, then alright, that book. So, I guess those are just my backstories on reading this series and what I read, what I haven't read, what I need to read. On to the movies, and I'm going to try to give you my thoughts about the movie on the 3 points I gave in a previous video I did about book to movie adaptations. You'll just look at the book, you look at the similarities and differences between the book and the movie, and then you just look at the movie for itself, and wherever, I guess, you want to rank those 3 columns, and give 1 3 stars, 1 2, 1 5, or however system you want to use, and from that cumulatively gets to how did the movie compare. So you I guess have a more, it's still a biased opinion, but not so biased. I guess an educated biased opinion. I don't know. Let's call it an educated biased opinion. So I'll start seeing Monsters first. I guess I kind of gave you the book down low. I was like, alright, I read the whole series. It was cool, upbeat, fun. I definitely got the feeling that I don't know if this actually happened in the book or that way at all. And yes, so keep that in mind. But then I realized alright, I've been keep an open mind, changes will be made. But I think if there were changes made, it didn't turn out for the better because I felt the movie was very scene by scene. There were a lot of transitions. Like, it was following, but it didn't make sense the way they were following the book and the way it actually happened in the movie. And I felt everything was a lot of one-liners. Like, they might as practically have turned to the camera, said a joke, and then end scene. I felt like every scene ended with an actor saying something funny that no one else responded to. If anything was funny, it was never responded to by anyone. And I felt like there wasn't really any character development, which maybe that was the way in the book, I don't remember. But as a music aspect, I felt like there wasn't a lot of character development, or none at all. I felt a lot of characters were one-dimensional. Also, since everything was so hard to being a joke, I feel like the whole movie might as well be a joke. Like, it's supposed to be taken seriously to try and get the Golden Fleece, but I didn't really see it as that serious. And if you hear noises in the background, it's my sister. every scene was trying to capture or entertain your attention. It's like it's not a scene that you're trying to tell me a whole movie, not a scene. Like individual scenes were nice and cute and funny, but then as like this whole movie, like, what am I looking at? Which is a bunch of different scenes with things trying to be funny. Other thing, if you don't like corny jokes, I don't think you'll like this movie. There are a lot of corny jokes, and I like corny jokes, so that was an added plus. I liked that. I don't remember her name, or I don't think I even know how to pronounce her last name. The person who played, not Thalia, so I don't remember her character's name. Anyway, she knows she's Glimmer in Hunger Games. I think that's actually the only reason why I watched the second movie. It's like, ooh, I like when people are in, like, Stanley Tucci. He plays the professor or the headmaster in Camp Half-Blood. I like when actors have crossovers with different popular movie adaptations. It's makes me happy. And so I guess overall, I felt like they stuck to the book at the same time. They didn't at the same time. They're trying to learn styles at the same time. It didn't work. So it kind of got into, it didn't work as a movie or as an adaptation. And then we get to City of Bones. Well, was I surprised? I mean, I think the previews geared me up to like / love this movie. So the previews gave me a happy feeling. I was like, okay, I got this. I think, yeah, I really like this movie because my happiness was flowing through me. As I was watching the movie, I was just trying to do a little critiquing. I definitely noticed that they went out of order of the way the book went. The house and how they got there were also different a little bit, but it made sense. It was a nice switching of order of events that worked out. The ending was different. If I remember correctly, the book ended with them in that hospital abandoned building or something. Here it ended in the institute, which is fine by me. It basically ended the same way. I felt like there was a much needed more wrap up of how Claire and this guy's name, but you guys know what I'm talking about. How the wrap up of their feelings towards each other, and I think the book gave. But you know, I'm going off of what I vaguely remember. The visuals were great. And I tried to open myself up to the whole book, so I was, of course, jumping at things that people think, why are you jumping at? I thought the casting was well, and the acting was much better than Percy Jack in Sea of Monsters. I think through the whole movie was jogging my memory. Oh, right! Like, Jace is gay, right. I don't remember. Like, now I remember that. Like, oh, right. That lady's the neighbor who's actually who's a downworlder, and so a lot of the movie was of me remembering things like, oh, right, that did happen in the book. Like, wait, why hasn't this happened yet? And all that. So, I think if you can tell from now, I definitely liked Sea of Bones over Sea of Monsters. So I guess that was my quick blah about what I felt about the movies, the quick version. And if you hear singing, that's also my sister. So thank you for watching me just spew my feelings about these two movies, because I saw both those things by myself. I thought I was to get some thoughts off my chest to people who actually care, kind of what I'm saying if you are watching this. Thank you for watching, and until next time, bye! The preview for the book thief, it's coming now, set it up, and I was so excited, and I was almost crying just from the preview.